So if you're a coach or an agency owner and you've been trying to scale up your business in 2024, but you don't know which strategies to use and which ones are the best for your business, then this video is for you. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's a ton of different strategies out there that everyone is teaching on how to scale up your coaching business. And I don't blame you for being stuck. And I know this firsthand because I worked with over 80 coaches and agency owners, and I've scaled some people from 0 to all the way up to 50 to even 100K per month. And so I've done this time and time again. I've seen what works, I've seen what doesn't work, and most importantly, I've seen what works in 2024. And it's not something fancy or something that you've never heard of before. In the next 10 to 20 minutes of this video, I'm gonna give you everything that you need to scale up your coaching business. Literally 2 days ago, I'll put up the screenshot right here. Nat Jongsala and his partner Sky, they were able to collect over 11K cash collected in the span of 3 days using this method. I still have a dozen of my other clients, so enough of me yapping. In this next 10 to 20 minutes, I'm gonna be going over the exact strategies that you need and the only things you need in 2024 to scale up your coaching business. So let's dive right in. And the first thing I want you to realize is thinking what worked for the gurus will actually work for you. And no disrespect to any of these guys right here. These 3 are my idols that I've looked up to for a long time. Charlie Morgan, Ravi Abubala, and Iman Gadzhi. But the thing is, they've scaled up their coaching business years ago, right? They don't know the strategies that work right now. And so when they teach you strategies like outreach and like Facebook groups and like cold email and cold DM and all that bullshit, those are strategies that worked during the time that they scaled their coaching business, when it's 2016, 2017. It's 2024, and you're still listening to the same people that scaled their business 4, 5, even 10 years ago, right? It doesn't make any sense. And so all these gurus are teaching you how they did it 2 years ago, when in reality, they don't even use their strategies anymore. The moment that they scale up their coaching business, those strategies are not necessarily going to apply to 2024. And so when they teach you strategies that work for them, please, please, for the love of God, do not just blindly listen and try whatever they say. Because what that'll lead is a waste of time, waste of efforts, and just not being as smart because they're teaching you what worked for them, which is what worked 4 or 5 years ago, not what works right now. So I need you to understand that cold outreach is dead. I want you to think for yourself. When is the last time you replied to an outreach message as a coach or an agency owner? You don't reply to outreach messages because those come across as needy, they come across as desperate, and they don't feel genuine at all. People hate being sold to. And cold outreach is the epitome of sales that nobody wants. When is the last time you replied to an outreach? Just think, right? When is the last time you replied to an outreach? Probably months, if not years. So if they're telling you to do cold outreach when you've never replied to a cold outreach yourself, what makes you think that your customers and your ideal clients will respond to them? They won't. Okay, that's the truth. They won't respond to your messages. And so spamming cold outreach and trying to mass DM 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, sending the same copy and paste message, praying that one person replies to you, books a call, and somehow manages to pay you your fee, that just isn't a great way to scale, right? And the second one is organic content just isn't enough, right? So I see this time and time again. Everyone relies on Instagram Reels. Everyone relies on Instagram Stories. And yes, they work, but they weren't as effective as they were in 2017 and 2018. You could have a CTA in 2017 and you get a fuck ton of leads that DM you because it was so rare to have a CTA. But now everyone and their mom is posting CTAs on their story, trying to get leads and everything. They're almost numb to the strategies that you're trying to put on them with Instagram. So you can't just sell on Instagram anymore. There's too much competition to just rely on IG. You need to go on other platforms. And Facebook groups are even worse. My gosh, if you do this one, I just don't know what to tell you, honestly. The guidelines are ridiculously strict and it's not a great way to scale up, right? Yeah, you tap into a gold mine, whatever. But after a month, what happens? When you run through that group, you have to find another group. And you have to keep on going through this loop of finding new groups, qualified groups, and you have to keep on posting, and it's stupid. It's straight up stupid, okay? So things have changed and you can't rely on what they did years ago to scale you up in 2024. And the second thing I want you to note is relying too much on organic and not leveraging paid ads. Now, I promise you, 80% of you just haven't dabbled in the paid ads. There's a limiting belief, and I'm gonna break that limiting belief with this point right here. Now, organic is great to start. Okay, it's the only way to start, I believe. But if you want to grow fast and you want to grow consistently, then you need to run paid ads. Now, the analogy I love to make is your business is reliant on how much impressions you generate, how much attention you get on your offer, right? It's reliant on these two things. These are the top of funnel, right? If you don't have enough attention, you don't have enough people looking at your offer. So you're telling me that you don't want to run paid ads because it's risky, you need a big budget, and you believe you can do it with organic alone. I've had so many coaches tell me this, and it's probably the stupidest thing ever because what's risky is not relying on paid ads. What's risky is strictly relying on organic, because if your organic flops, and you don't get enough impressions, your entire business tanks. I don't give a shit about views. I don't give a shit about attention. I care about money. If I get 1,000 views, I'm happy with that as long as it brings me $10,000 in cash. I'd rather get 1,000 views and one person to pay me $10,000 than 10,000 views and one person to pay me $1,000. And I've had so many coaches actually come to me and tell me, hey, I think I can do it organic and everything. And I asked them, what do your last 6 months look like? It's a mess. Some months they hit 50K, some months they hit 5K, some months they hit 40K, some months they hit 80K. There's no predictability. There's no consistency in the months, right? And the reason why is because your views fluctuate. The algorithm fluctuates. You never can catch it unless you've mastered it and you spent years understanding the algorithm and you really understand content. But even then, all of the big guys do it. Iman Gadzhi runs paid ads. Alex Hormozi runs paid ads. Sam Ovens runs paid ads. Every single person that mastered organic also runs paid ads. So what makes you think you're different? Actually, the one thing I want you to take away from this video is you need to run ads and you need to figure out a way to consistently get the right type of attention onto your page and onto your offer. That's how you generate enough cash. So the framework is you leverage paid ads, okay? You nurture through YouTube and Instagram Reels. You attract your dream clients. And you do this because it's easy because platforms incentivize ads. That's how they make money. The platform wants you to win because if you win, that means you run more paid ads, you pay them more, and everybody wins. You're getting paid, the social media channels are getting paid, everybody wins. You need to understand that paid ads is in your favor. Facebook doesn't want you to spend $3,000 to get a client. Facebook wants you to spend the least amount of money possible to land a client so that you keep on spending money with their social media platforms. That's how it works. And so the idea behind having a big budget or needing a big budget, you don't. Because I've been able to land clients with $200, $300 in ad spend and land 8 to 10K client, just like this. And the reason why is because Mark Zuckerberg wants you to spend money on ads so that you can get more clients, you can make more money, and you spend more on ads. Think about it, right? The way they make money is through ads. That's just how it works. The way they make money is through ads. The way that you make money is by spending ads to get clients. They're gonna make sure that they target your clients so that you keep on spending more money on paid ads. That's just how it works. So social media platforms are designed to help you win as a business owner. That's what I need you to understand. If you haven't tapped into this paid ads thing yet, I need you to tap in. All right. And I'm probably going to film a video on how I actually structure my paid ad creative, and successful ad creators we can just break down. And I'm probably going to film a specific video going over paid ads, just a complete masterclass on how to start it, how to run one, what you should look for in a paid ad, and just everything. So if you guys want something like that, feel free to drop a comment down below. Now, the third point is not using leveraged ways to scale. You're probably putting in one piece of input to get one piece of output. So you're still doing things like outreach. You're still manually posting content. You're still doing things that can be outsourced. It's stupid. It's genuinely stupid. And I don't blame you because you've been fed this advice. And I felt stupid doing this back in the day as well. But if you're still in the DMs and you're still sending outbounds and everything, outbounds work, don't get me wrong. I think they work, but I think you as a business owner shouldn't be the one doing it. You should be training a setter to do outbound. So you should be doing tasks that only you can do, right? So I want you to think for a second, right? To make 50K per month, do what a 50K per month business owner would do. So would that business owner sit on their phone all day, setting appointments and outreaching and trying to get all these Facebook groups and cold DMs and all that bullshit to try to get appointments? Or would he be training setters to do it for him? Think about it. A 50K per month business owner would be working on a system that generates him infinitely more output. So he's working on the business instead of working in the business. That's something I need you guys to realize. You can't be in the DMs all day. You need to outsource that shit. You really need to. The moment you outsource it, there's so much off your plate and there's so much time and energy that you have saved up from just doing appointment setting that you can focus on into building systems, building a better VSL, building a better YouTube content, whatever it is. Do things that only you can do and outsource everything else to VAs, appointment setters, whatever it is, all right? And so you need to put in one piece of input to get 5 pieces of output. You can't do that doing appointment setting. You can't do that manually posting. You can't do that with probably 90% of what you're doing right now. You need to do it by training someone to do it for you so that you can outsource it and spend your time and energy into more leveraged activities like building VSLs, building systems, and all that good stuff. And so you need to put in one piece of input to get 5 pieces of output. And this will allow you to build a system that gets you clients without you being involved. This has been a game changer for me. Chances are 90% of you are still extremely involved in the sales process when you acquire a client. So maybe it's you DMing the client, maybe it's you getting in contact with them or setting them up. This is the main thing I want you to understand. If you can build a system that gets you clients without you being involved, everything changes. Because now you can actually focus on what's really, really important, right? If you're busy taking sales calls all day, if you're busy setting appointments all day and sending outreaches and all that stuff, you're not gonna have time to do what actually moves the needle in your business. You're not gonna have time because all your time is spent in client acquisition, which is not what you're meant to do. Your time should be spent on actually building systems that allow you to automate the client acquisition while you can work on things that improve client acquisition, like content and these other stuff. That's what it comes down to. All right. So I need you to really understand this point. You need to build a system that gets you clients without you being involved. The moment you do this, it's a game changer. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still involved in my sales process, right? But I'm working on it. And I used to set, I used to close, I used to do everything. But now I have a setter, I'm training up a closer. And whenever I do onboard a client, all I have to do is just hop on a 10, 20-minute sales call, and that's it. The client's already sold to. And so, yeah, it's almost at that point where I'm just completely not involved, but I am still there. But it's 10, 30 minutes of my time for the client acquisition for each customer. If you're spending more than that, you're doing it wrong, okay? And you need to outsource as much of the client acquisition as possible. This leads me to my fourth point, which is not outsourcing the setting process. Stop doing DMs yourself, right? Like, just stop it. There are trained killer setters everywhere. And to find these trained killers, it's just a bunch of different ways. I personally know the sales managers of the top sales trained companies in the info space. And so whenever I want a setter, hit up my guy, and he just supplies me a bunch of setters, a bunch of candidates, and I just take it from there, right? But that's just the result of me being able to nurture and build that relationship over time. And that's the trust that I built with him. So, but for majority of you guys can find them on Facebook group. You guys can find them on, just post a story looking for a setter. There's probably one person in your network that knows a setter that is looking for a job. You just know these guys. They may not be killers, and you might have to spend more time training them up to be an actual good appointment setter, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Or you could just work with your boy, give you a whole marketplace of setters, and it's just easy, right? As you can see right here, we have a whole appointment setting hiring pitch deck. It's really, really sick. I'm gonna go into pitch mode right now, so just beware, but look at this. This is something that I've built out, and it's absolutely amazing. We have a setter marketplace, and we're working with some of the biggest sales training companies, and they're basically supplying us their best reps, their best appointment setters that are trained and qualified, that have been through the qualification tests and everything, and they're putting them here. And so we have different tiers, and yeah, you can just kind of see everything. We're working on just making it insane, where we have 200 plus setters that you can just hire like this, and all you do, go into their page, look at the introduction, blur this out, editor, blur this out. But it's really, really cool. You can actually look at the introduction and everything, and you can see which setter fits your needs, which setter is looking for the right OTE, which setters can work full-time and everything. Whatever you need, there's going to be details here, and you can actually reach out to them and say you're from Consulting Mastery, and they'll reply to you. So it's something sick that I'm building out. If you want access to this, join the community. It's easy, book a call with us down below if you're actually serious about it. But yeah, honestly, I could say that it's hard to find setters. It is hard to find setters, but you can probably find them in your network. Just post a story, look in your Facebook groups, reach out to some of your friends. There's going to be a few guys that know appointment setters and stuff. But if you want a trained setter marketplace like you just saw, you know where to hit me up. Scroll down below and book a call with us. All right, so I'm out of pitch mode. But yeah, the main point I'm trying to get across is hiring a killer setter is the key to scaling up, right? You want to train them, you want to build team culture, and you want to incentivize them. And if you can't find the right setter, you'll never be able to scale, honestly. You'll never be able to scale, because that's going to be the main bottleneck. You're always going to be stuck in the DMs doing low leverage activities like talking to a broke lead that has no money, when you can just outsource it and just get a setter to do all that for you, okay? So having a really good setter in your DMs is the key to scaling up. Now, the fifth and final one is not having a structured sales process. This is the last thing that I'm going to talk about. Now, chances are you're relying on IG Reels and stories to convert leads into customers. And I know 90% of you do this. That's the sad part. 90% of people I enroll, they rely on IG Reels and stories, and they think that's the only acquisition system they need. They don't think they need YouTube. They don't think they need paid ads. They think that they can set all the appointments themselves. That's why you're stuck at 5, 10K a month. That's why you probably hate your business, because you're just doing all this stuff that just annoys the hell out of you. Nobody wants to be in the DMs all day. Nobody wants to be taking sales calls all day. Nobody wants to be posting organic content and sending out DMs and sending outbounds all day. You built a business that's somehow worse than a 9 to 5, and you need to change that. You need to change that. And so you need different things like YouTube, a paid ads funnel, a trained setter, and most importantly, you need a structured sales process. And so if someone lands on your page and watches a few reels, what happens? So we have 3 options here, all right? Do you collect contact info so that you can actually reach out to them? Do you get in contact with them and see what they need help with? Or do you just let them be and hope they come to you? 99% of you are right here, all right? 99% of you right here. What I need you to do is collect contact info. So have an opt-in page. I'll show you mine right now. So let's say you're going through a few reels and you come across my website, right? come across my website, I'm looking handsome here and all that stuff, and you want to watch the free training to learn how to go from being stuck at 5 to 20K to being a leveraged business owner that gets 10 to 20 new clients every single month, right? So you click this, boom, first name, email, IG username, phone number. So what do I do with this, right? I get your first name, so I can do email marketing. I can text you on Instagram, and I can DM your iMessage. I can DM you on WhatsApp or iMessage. Now, I don't do that. My setter does that. But you get the point. You need to have different contact points, not just Instagram, so that you can reach out to your clients that none of your other competitors can reach out to them. And so, for example, my target audience is coaches, right? Coaches are being hit up by other coaches trying to coach them 24/7 in the IG DMs. But if I can bring the conversation to iMessage or WhatsApp or my email nurturing sequence, that separates me from all my competition. So they're not having to connect with all these different coaches that are trying to sell them the same thing. No, I'm in a completely different platform. And that's what makes the process 10 times easier. And not to mention, people just respond way more on WhatsApp and iMessage. If you're texting your clients on Instagram, that's a last resort for us. We try to get our guys on iMessage or WhatsApp. That's just how it should be. Because the response rate for US leads are way higher on iMessage than they are on Instagram. That's the truth, all right? So make sure you're collecting phone numbers and your emails so that you can nurture them over time and everything. That's how you separate yourself from the competition. And so the big question just comes down to, do you have an actual nurturing process in place, right? And if you don't, here's what it should look like. You get a follow from a reel or an ad. You educate them with long form content or short form content. Long form content is best, right? If you're watching this video right now, you probably have a bunch of epiphanies and you had a lot of big realizations as to why you're stuck at where you are right now and what you need to do to scale up. So educate them, give free resources, right? And when you give free resources, what this allows you to do is it'll get them in contact with a setter, right? So this is a setter where the setter actually figures out their problems, their pain points, boosts them in for a call and close them for a PIF. That's what it should look like. A lot of you skip these two parts right here, educating them with long form content and giving free resources. Look, it's 2024. If you don't have a good YouTube, if you don't have a good IG profile, if you don't have good freebies, no one's gonna trust you because there's 1,000 other people selling exactly what you're selling, but the only thing that's separating you is your personal brand. So your personality, the way that you express yourself. And the second thing is the amount of value they got from you. If you're trying to close someone that has not consumed content, it is ridiculously hard. That's why I told my sales team, like, look, if someone hasn't watched my YouTube, if someone hasn't watched my VSL, if someone hasn't consumed my content, at least 3 to 5 hours of it, I don't want to hop on a call with them because I'm going to be forced to sell them on the call. I want them to come in the call and be already sold on the process because they know that I know my shit on YouTube. They know that I've been providing value on Reels, on YouTube, on my VSL, on everything. They know that I'm about this stuff. And so I don't even have to do the selling. The content does it for me. That's what you guys need to realize. You need to educate them before you get in contact with them. So when you do get in contact, you can figure out their pain points. It's much easier for them to open up and you can just close them for much higher price points. All right. So that's going to wrap up this video. I went through a lot of stuff and will give you a bunch of insights on what you should be focusing on and what you should not be doing. So the best thing I can tell you right now is you've already gotten the insights. You know what to do. Don't just sit here and just go back to just DMing your prospects and everything. Actually find a setter. Outsource that stuff, you know? Find a setter, outsource it. Run paid ads, run YouTube. I need you to actually implement it. If not, this video will be no use to you. It'll provide zero value. You only get value when you implement the advice that I tell you, all right? Now, again, this is insights. This is more broad and just pointing you in the right direction. But if you want a more hands-on approach where we're guiding you step by step, we're giving you our exact blueprint that we give all of our clients, all 80 of them, on how they scaled up from 0, 5, 10K, all the way up to 20, 30, even 50K or even 100K per month, then go ahead, scroll down below and book in the time to speak with us. And we're going to show you exactly what the blueprint looks like, how we can take you from A to B in 120 days, and what Consulting Mastery looks like. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And if you're not ready to buy, just keep on consuming my content. It's going to help you out a ton. I will release a few more in-depth videos that go into detail. But again, if you want to speed up the process, you don't want to watch these videos and all that, and you just want a hands-on approach where you're talking to me one-on-one, you're hopping on group calls, you're getting direct advice from me, go ahead, schedule in the time. We'll book a strategy call, and I'll just give you the 120-day roadmap on what you should do from day 1 to day 120, everything that you need to implement, and then if it's a good fit, we can enroll you for Consulting Mastery. With that being said, hope you guys found value. Book a call if you're serious. If you're not, go ahead and watch some of my other content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.